Bowser stole the princess. Now you're all alone. Go find a toad, get big, then get a fire flower, then shoot fire. It's episode 17 of the Quest Company.
My name is Zara, and I'm a skilled, trained healing cleric and a powerful elf unlike any you've ever seen before. Well, I guess I should say unlike any I have ever seen before, since I've never seen an actual elf in my life. You see, I was raised in a very sheltered, secluded forest by my adopted mother, a gnome paladin, Gulliana, or I would call her Mama G. See, I was dropped on Mama G's doorstep as a baby, and she believed it was her duty by the gods to raise me and train me to be a great warrior and healer. We had a good, quiet life together, which sadly recently ended as Mama G died this year. Before she passed, she was tormented by dreams and was going mad. She kept telling me there was more I needed to know, and I needed to find a letter, and after tearing the house apart, I finally found it, but it was too late. She was gone. And now my life is riddled with questions. What is so important about this letter, and why didn't she tell me about it sooner? And the worst part of all, no matter how hard I try, I can't open it. So my mission is to open this letter and find out who I truly am.
Tabitha was abandoned by both her parents when she was just a baby. She grew up alone, but was somehow always taken care of. She learned how to make weapons for herself and trained herself for protection. When she was 16, she killed the leader of the town, Crestport, and most of his forces. And no one knows why she killed him. But for that, she spent 8 years isolated in prison.
I am Frank. Bony, lacking flesh, a harbor for foreign moss, a simple skeleton. My death should come as no surprise, seeing as that I am no longer alive, but it happened and it was wet. My father, Ralph, he let me call him Ralph, taught me the secrets of the seas. Well, not all of the seas, mostly the 100-mile radius around our hometown of Bankland. When I was a teenager, this is back when I had skin and whatnot, my father, Ralph, he was a bounty hunter or something. I could never find out for sure. He just disappeared from the ship that I was on, and that turned into a whole ordeal. Some people in Bankland, more specifically a bastard by the name of Salty Jim, wondered out loudly how the hell such a seasoned sailor can end up just up and vanish. And so he was paying my father or something for deeds, and he wasn't happy at the loss, so he blamed Ralph's death on me. And if you must really know, I was put in prison and with this wizard dude guy named Mike. But he preferred to be called Old Mike. Mike saw something in me, or what the what, and gave me his wizard book, which I used to kill Salty Jim's entire crew. As you can imagine, Salty Jim was not a big fan of this turn of events, and he tried to kill me. Well, kill is such a big word. Let's say he tried to dispose of me with a certain length of chain. So while my body drowned out in the sea, me was still alive for some reason. And I just followed the dark sea for a while, walking along the bedrock until time no longer existed, and fish had just ripped and torn at my body until I was nothing more than a few clumps of meat stuck on some stubborn bones. I came across an island at one point, free of any trees or life, and I sat there, waiting for my bones to dry and my soul to leave this corporeal plane, but my bones simply never ceased dripping, and moss began to grow in places. So I took this as a challenge, a second chance for vengeance, a return, an opportunity rare and incredible. I knew at that moment, at that precise moment, that I would destroy the Salty Jim, that mongoloid fuck, that literal bastard, even if it cost me my soul.
Hello, my name is Roarke Blackwater. I was born on my mother's ship, the Devil's Maiden, 7 years after she became Pirate Queen. I only ever heard rumors and whispers of how my mother gained her title. I grew up on the ship, learning from an early age the ways of the sea and of piracy. Never knew my father and was never told much about him. As I grew up, I trained extensively in fighting with 2 blades and became quite the expert swordsman. I was always well liked by the crew, even more so than my mother, who they thought at times could be cruel and unfair to them. When I was close to coming of age, there was secret talk amongst the crew of me perhaps taking over for her. I'd begun to be a part of our planning and war council and shown myself to be a fearless fighter and a natural leader. The last few raids we went on in which my ideas were ignored hadn't gone well, and the crew wasn't happy. Once she caught wind of this potential mutiny, she was enraged and decided to squash it by marooning me on a remote island, bound, gagged, and blindfolded. By the time I was able to free myself, the Devil's Maiden was long gone. I was on the island for weeks, living off what edible vegetation I could find and spearfishing in a nearby reef. One day, a small fishing boat happened to pass by and saw my smoke signals calling for help. Despite them being terrified by my appearance once they were close enough to get a good look at me, I convinced them to give me safe passage back to the mainland. That was 5 years ago. Since then, I've found work as a bounty hunter and mercenary, mostly for coastal law enforcement. I hunt pirates. Not because I have a strong desire to bring them to justice, but because I'm looking for a way to find my mother. With every pirate I capture, it's one more clue, one step closer to catching up with her. When I track her down, I will kill her, and I will claim the Devil's Maiden as my own.
Previously on the Quest Company, praise it.
I think that what is our main priority right now is getting into the woods, and if we can, try to find Ceidron.
Frank, you're just shouting Ceidron into the woods.
Ceidron! So how about we skip breakfast this morning?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not hungry.
Sorry, guys.
Fine with me.
You see deer lumbering towards you. It looks very sick, bloated, much like the ones you saw when you left the sewer. East, where you guys are going, there's one thing of note. And that is smoke rising from something in the east.
So, this is the town of Weltrom, and it's between Dagger Point and Crestport.
As you guys approach the town, utter carnage.
Ooh, I turn around.
and leave.
Bodies dead in the streets.
As soon as there's the slightest hint of
You
it.
see buildings caved in.
Single tear.
So we're gonna go over there?
No, we gotta go.
I think we have to find your friend.
If this is the town in between, we need to follow them.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what we
Well,
should
then
do. Yeah.
let's go.
And you guys arrive at the edge of Crestport. You notice, hanging from the trees around the town, about 50 people all wearing the guards' uniforms from Dagger Point.
Ceidron, it's us! Frank, Tabitha, Roarke.
Shh.
As you shout out the three names, several trees begin to slowly just separate. You see bodies where they were, almost like untouched by time or anything. About time.
Ceidron.
You all have been gone a long while.
It took some time, honey. But we did it.
Okay.
Season 2.
We're back.
And we're back.
Undefined season 2.
You happy?
I am.
Someone's like, no.
Absolutely.
So the party has elected Tabitha the speaker.
in this instance.
In this instance.
Yes.
In this instance.
Yes.
Tabitha, you walked up to Ceidron and you said,
Well, honey, we did it.
"Did what?"
The plague is completely gone from Dagger Point by the deer and the people. However, I will be truthful with you. There is a huge pot of plague nastiness that we didn't know how to get rid of. So, if you want to tell us how, we can totally go take care of it, Ceidron. And my bubbies.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. That wasn't like an immediate shut down, so that's good.
13?
Okay. That's all you're going to tell me?
If I may, and
I don't know you.
right,
Corin.
so I'd like to thank you first of all, Lord, for keeping the people of this town safe. You didn't have to do that, and it was an honorable act. And that's the only thing I would like to say, and I will give the floor back to Tabitha.
This is...
Okay, just keeping it into the bargain.
Yes, I kind of forgot who he was. He's with us for a minute. Anyway, we did destroy the town on accident. Not us, but there were people in masks. Oh, shit.
Could have been our fault.
We probably could have
possibly.
helped. But there's that.
So we kept up our end of the
Bolest.
bargain.
We met Bolest too.
Bolest.
As you mentioned, Bolest. Roll an insight check, Tabitha.
Oh shoot! Nope,
Oh
not
my
one.
god.
Not one. You just said Bolest. However, Ceidron, looking at you. What was that name again?
Bolest. It was Bolest.
Yeah.
Bolest. Interesting.
We thought so too.
Yeah.
Tell me about him.
It's a bird, like god figure.
He's a very large, twitchy bird. Are there frogs running around?
There are so many frogs all the time.
That was perfect timing.
Frogs are everywhere.
He's a large bird-like creature who, as we approached, so we did kill very many plague cultists that had been running around, as well as the leader of the cult, Margot, who had been running a brothel. And she'd been running a brothel. She was running things directly under Bolest. Bolest got away because
Ceidron.
he dissipated into smoke. So
Yes. Godlike figure. Also, do you know of Isakor? Perchance?
Now roll an insight check. Again.
Dang.
That's a nat 20.
Man, it's feast or famine, huh?
Tabitha
Brooke
rolls
always.
1 or 20.
There
or
are other
15s.
numbers.
Oh.
Tabitha.
Mm-hmm.
You notice Isakor doesn't
Click.
cause much.
Mm-hmm.
But visibly, since the moment you met him sitting on this fountain playing in the water, at some point in the conversation, you begin to notice he's seemed to gone much more introspective.
Uh-huh.
He seems sad.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
I'm not quite sure who this Isakor is, though.
Ceidron,
Yes.
as friends and potential lovers, maybe.
What now? His ears go straight back up.
I just feel like you're a little not very sprightly right now.
Not anymore. I'm great.
Oh.
How are you?
Later. What? I feel like something is wrong. And we held up our end of the bargain, but we also care about you as a thing, and we would just want to make sure you're okay.
Yeah.
Make a persuasion roll.
Just for the record, too, Zara's been like
That's a
down
nat
on
20.
one knee.
Not 20.
Oh my lord.
Are you just defying math and rations right
Oh
now?
my gosh,
Plus
I love
6.
it.
So
Wow.
36.
Yes,
Do
girl.
you think a 36 is gonna do it?
I think she has a nip slip.
Probably not.
I think she is.
Yeah, tell me about it. What?
Persuasive nip slip.
That's
Yeah, while I'm
amazing.
talking, I just kind of accidentally like shimmy, and it goes,
or she full on Super
Oh
Bowl.
my gosh.
Oh my god.
and then I'm like, oh, sorry. And then I take it back in.
Oh my gosh.
Walk with me.
of
And he starts walking through the
I feel like
town.
I've been
Oh,
in a
shit.
bad
Great.
situation.
all of
Do
us,
that.
all of us want to walk with you.
Can I offer a
Just
hand?
me.
to-
If you'd like to join,
Yeah, sure.
please.
Okay.
If you don't, the trees might get you.
Oh,
And just keeps walking.
spooky.
So we're going.
Those of you that hadn't noticed before,
He has a raging boner.
no, now note that the trees move at that. Tabitha, you're the only one that had seen it to this point.
Can I kind
Everyone
of
is aware now.
look back at them and just show them that I'm like prepared to, if we need to?
When you say what for the listeners?
Oh, I forget. Like I'm just
That means
kind of
stabbing
like,
them.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
no, I'm not touching my daggers.
Oh, I
I'm
got
just
you.
giving an aware. Like we need to maybe be on the careful side.
Careful. You're good.
Yeah.
Don't draw anything. Just have like a
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
be aware.
That makes sense.
So you guys are following Ceidron, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Frogs and crickets.
That was a bird. That was a bird.
Cricket or like small dragon?
That was a bird.
Frank just
Small dragon.
Frank and Bert?
Frank, no. Well,
Mysteriously burped.
no. Joseph Cash burped.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Metagame, leave my table. Kidding. Okay, so you all begin following Ceidron.
Yes. Yes.
The usual jaunty kind of step that Ceidron has is very methodic now. He's very much just walking, which is not a sight that you've yet really beheld, those of you that have met him before. Those of you that haven't met him,
He's a walking.
might as well be what he always is. Tabitha, he at some point in the walk, kind of just silently for a little bit, turns around and begins walking backward and talking to you.
Okay.
As if he's just aware of what's behind him, like able to walk and do whatever. You said Bolest, correct?
Yes.
500 years ago,
Whoa.
when the woods were much smaller, Bolest was my brother.
Oh.
And at that, you see, like, both of his ears kind of drop down as saying it has made it now true to him. He was a fawn like me. I haven't seen him in nearly that much time. The Hollow Woods used to be much smaller. Our father gave the woods to us as a gift. I bring life. And just kind of gestures up to the trees that have moved, and these massive trees that have come from almost nowhere, seemingly.
And they're throughout the town now, all these trees?
They've moved, like, you get the sense, though, that they came with him.
Got it.
Not grew up, because
Now-
there's not, like...
Right. But they came in and now they're interspersed through the town.
Are they like Ents in that they might have like limbs,
Feet? Yeah.
or do they just sort of like move or crawl? Or?
More like the forest in the
The
two
Ents.
towers at the end.
Oh,
like,
okay,
not
yeah,
like
yeah.
the ends where it's like do-do-do-do, but like
It's not a man.
the
walking
trees
around.
that like would
Yeah.
maybe like spider
Totally.
across like the
The
ground.
Dark
Like
Souls
their
trees.
roots are kind of
Yeah.
walking.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
He gestures up and tells you that he brings life. My brother, Bolest, is the other side of the coin.
Oh.
He brings decay. And both are necessary for a forest to thrive. And he tells you about how they would spend time, they would play in the forest together. I was spring and he was fall. One day he began to speak to me of a dream that he had. A cracked throne on top of a mountain surrounded by water. And that he would just venture, have some fun. And that was the last time I saw him. Since then, the forest has grown. I don't get to play the same way, creating trees like this, or else I'd kill the forest. Or someone would kill me. But
He would play in a waterfall?
in a waterfall.
Is that what you mean? What do you mean?
The dream?
Yeah, the dream. This is Brooke asking. What?
Bolest told him of a dream
Yes.
that Bolest had had
Yes.
about a cracked throne on
Cracked
top of a
throne,
mountain surrounded by water.
Surrounded by water. Okay, continue.
Well, Ceidron, we certainly know of a cracked throne on top of a mountain, and there is a water source that goes down that mountain. It's the mountain where we found Bolest.
Do you think maybe he was not recruited, but maybe sought after by Isaacor?
I'm not sure who this Isaacor is.
It sounds, from what we know, like a winged, angelical demon thing.
Some sort of powerful entity that, from what you guys described, is trying to corrupt or perhaps influence people.
Through dreams?
He went mad many years ago. Most of Dagger Point doesn't even know who he is at this point either, but he's an old king who went mad long ago and was
500 years ago, if I'm remembering correctly. From what was said by when we asked somebody about it.
when we asked Abernathy.
Yes. right? It was like 500 around that same time frame?
It was a long time ago.
Potentially around the same time frame.
Bolest is here.
It was him the whole time.
Ceidron.
I kind of thought. I was like,
Ceidron seems visually shaken up by what you guys are telling him. Because pieces of puzzle are fitting together.
Right.
Very clearly.
I would just like to step up and just say, I'm sorry, and my name is Zara. Hey.
What did he look like?
What did...
Bolest?
Isaac or Bolest?
Bolest.
He looked like a bird. Man.
A birdman?
Yeah, he kind of had the face of
A
a
very
bird.
long beak. And I pull out one of the plague masks. I say, these masks sort of resemble his face. He had large wings and he walked around very twitchy and
Like a bird.
And he was, when he left, he like dissipated into smoke and fog.
Ceidron, could he take on any form he wanted?
He was just like me. We're fey creatures. Other than a magic that could possibly transform him into looking like something else. But this sounds much darker.
It sounds like he came across some sort of magic, whatever it is. If it came from this Isaac being or something else. If the Bolest that we saw and the Bolest that you're talking about are the same thing, then he's not what he was.
He points at you, Roarke, and says, may I have that?
The mask?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hand it to him.
Okay, you hand it to him. He just kind of is fiddling with it, still walking.
Yeah.
And looking it over. It'll be good to have something to show my father.
Why didn't your father try to go after your brother? Or did he?
My father is constrained by rules of another realm. He can only be in certain places.
May I ask what your father's name is?
Yeah.
That would hurt him.
What?
That would hurt him.
Is there a title?
Physically?
Yes.
Is there a title by which we may refer to him without hurting him?
Dad?
Poppy.
Is it
Daddy-o? Pop?
Any of these is fine.
Okay.
He'll get a kick.
King in the North.
Poppy. We're calling him Poppy.
Poppy.
Pompy.
Lord, there's something else, and I want to say whenever Corin like refers to him, or just says that he like puts his hand over his chest, kind of like in like a my lord, like
Sweet. You can tell that Ceidron kind of gets a kick out of it.
Cool. There's something else. There's been an unprecedented attack on the community of Dagger Point, and communities I assume in the surrounding area. In fact, you've taken care of some of their soldiers, and I cannot help but wonder whether this is not connected with this entity which seems to have influenced your brother.
It's certainly possible.
Ceidron,
I find myself for one of the few times in my life at a loss for words.
Oh.
I know you're hurting, and we are happy to help in any other way you need, but we did make a term about these people, and I know there are people that I would like to see awake. Would it be possible to just lift it?
It's about this time that you guys have arrived at just a larger wooden establishment. Looking up, you can see a sign that just says "Any Port." It's the town inn. You would know it, Tabitha. Probably overheard it from prison or whatever. But you would hear it or have heard of it. I will certainly wake the people. I apologize for sending you after something as powerful as my brother. I had no idea.
Anytime.
Oh, good.
But Ceidron, before you wake everyone up, before shit kind of hit the fan in Dagger Point, we were told that by the person in charge there, who was assassinated shortly after, that we needed to speak with Lord Antoine, who is in charge around here in Crestport, regarding the war that's been going on. I wonder if it could perhaps be mutually beneficial for you two to talk and perhaps come to some sort of agreement about you keeping this barrier around Crestport in exchange for whatever they might have to offer you, because shit's bad.
This barrier is not a solution for people. They're asleep right now. The trees don't find them aggressive or a danger. But look at the buildings. Trees won't be happy when they wake up.
Oh, because the thatching on the roofs.
That's fair.
I will certainly give you a parting gift.
Thank you.
We would appreciate that.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind taking residence in this inn for the night, I'm going to move the trees out of the town. It would be in your best interest to not be in the town.
Right. Sounds good.
We will certainly do that.
I apologize again.
All good. We make mistakes.
Will we see you again after this, Ceidron?
Come visit me sometime. And he looks at Tabitha. Especially you. Promises.
Great.
I'm going to go in the house.
Yep. Corin, brings his fist to his chest and walks in the house.
Tabitha, what's your AC?
15.
You feel a sharp slap right across the ass as you go in the door. You don't take any damage, you're fine. But
I just kind of sigh.
you immediately die.
I
god
sigh,
slaps your
and
ass.
I look at Roarke and Frank and I say, don't say
He's not a god.
fucking thing. And I just go in the house.
Okay.
I walk in just backwards, though. Protecting
Okay.
my butt.
You do. As you walk backwards, he just kind of like cocks a head, almost like a dog that's like, what?
I just do like a little like finger wave, and I'm.
And as you do that, Frank slaps the shit out of his ass, out of Ceidron's ass. Don't touch me, undead.
You got it.
I'll touch you.
Ah.
And then he like turns around.
Oh my gosh.
So everyone's inside the inn.
Yeah.
Can I go back out and just give him a really gentle kiss on the cheek and then go back in?
Yeah. You walk out and you give him a kiss on the cheek. And you roll an insight check for me.
Inside.
I become
Find that
fun.
little inside.
Ooh.
19?
19. You notice, while he's probably been using the flirty side to mask real pain,
I knew it.
for a moment, you kind of see that sadness and that earnest thank you that, like, somebody took the time to just, like, essentially give him a hug.
Nice one.
You're welcome.
Tabitha.
And then I go in the house.
I thought you were going to say you noticed the slightest boner.
Oh, it's not slight.
Would that be wood then? Morning
Sir, it's been there the whole time.
It
Oh my
pokes me on the way
gosh.
to the house.
He wears it with pride.
True.
He's a horny goat boy. Okay.
So are we bedding down for the night? Is that the idea? Like,
I mean, you
is
guys
it like
are just
evening?
inside the inn. Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, it is. If you recall, when you guys were coming
It was
into
like
the town,
sunset.
the sun
Cool.
was going down. Inside, where all these trees have masked it, it's this. If you had been to the Feywilds, you would know that it's a similar situation where, like, you can't see because of the canopy.
Mhm.
So there's almost like these ethereal, what would
Yeah.
almost look like will-o-wisps, which you've killed before, little balls of light that light the area. It almost has its own weird lighting, but it is, from best you could tell, probably night.
Are there windows?
In the inn.
Great.
Yes.
I think Corin's just like taking a last look at this because he knows it's going to be going away.
Okay, so you're just at the window.
Can I investigate for anything? Specifically, like
People?
arrows or weapons or anything in the little cottage.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
5.
You note several kind of passed out patrons that are asleep downstairs. You notice one redheaded dwarf female that's at the bar, just half over the bar.
Oh no.
So these barriers around them, can I manipulate people? Like if people are like fallen or whatever, can I like lay them out so that when they wake up they're not gonna like fall off of something?
Yeah, you can move people around.
Okay, so I'm just gonna like lay them sort of like just out on the floor of the inn
Okay.
or whatever, so that when they wake up it's not gonna, fall and hit themselves or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Roarke wants to check just the layout of the inn as a whole.
Okay, it's similar to the Cat's Inn.
Okay.
Great.
In the sense that there is one large main downstairs room. It's kind of a dining hall area. Several tables lined up. There's a main bar area, and then there is a staircase that leads up to a second level that has sets of rooms that have beds and whatnot.
Cool.
Inns.
Cool.
But Corin, looking
Yes.
out the window, you slowly begin to see as the trees begin to just shift out of the town. Anyone that's looking out a window, or those of you that hear the vibrations, understand what's happening. Everyone roll a perception check for me.
Perception.
I notice nothing.
That one.
Yep.
You're looking at everything and like you're just like, how's this in? Is there some crazy person with a meat cleaver that's gonna kill me?
17 for Corin.
17, 19,
As a 7.
7,
13.
13. Tabitha, Zara, and Corin.
Good side of the table.
Hey.
You guys all hear a faint flute being played. It's somewhat somber, but the trees almost seem to move with the melody of it.
Cool.
That's really cool.
I think Corin's gonna stay in the main room for the duration of the night. Maybe take the first watch, and then just. I don't think he mistrusts Ceidron, but it's still probably best to.
You're good.
Vigilant.
Yeah.
Zara wants to go to Tabitha.
Okay. You do.
Okay. So, and like, kind of private conversation if that's an option, but not purposely sneaky, if that makes sense. But
Okay.
she just goes up and
Tabitha
says,
feels very weirded
"Sorry,
out.
no, don't be weird. Don't
No,
be
it's
weird.
fine.
Don't be weird. I'm not being weird. We're playing D&D. It's okay." So she goes up and she says, like, "So, do you have family in Crestport? You said you had people you wanted to have, like, wake up. Is there, like, somebody
I don't
that..."
say a damn thing.
What are you doing, Tabitha?
I don't say anything.
But you're just like sitting there,
I'm
like
listening.
staring at her,
Yeah.
like not talking.
It
to
is
her.
a very, like, do not talk about this to me look.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. Good. Yes, and there. And right. I'm just saying because
Tabitha, roll an intimidation check.
Ooh.
Zara, make a
gonna
charisma
be like a
saving
one.
throw.
I know. Ooh. Do I add anything, Andrew?
You add your charisma modifier, and if you're proficient, but I don't think you are as a cleric.
Okay. 22.
22.
22. There's
It's
this.
like a dead
There's this awkward standoff between the two of you as Tabitha is putting out just everything that she can to be like, "Don't fuck with me,"
love
and
it.
Zara is just not quite picking up on the hint,
I love it.
and it's just
Do
like,
we hear this part?
but so.
She's so awkward.
Is it still super private, or?
I mean, where were you doing this?
Oh, just like wherever Tabitha
I was by
at.
the door.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
so
I
it is
assume
by the door. I
everyone
mean, like
can hear
you,
it.
yeah, you guys probably
Okay.
hear.
I
it.
mean, I'm not like shouting it, but I would just kind of say like more quiet. It's just like because if I had family, I would want to see them too, and I walk away.
So Corin puts a gold piece in the tiller or the register or whatever,
Yeah.
and takes a bottle of whiskey.
Okay.
Does anybody? Sorry, gotta do my voice. Does anybody want a drink?
Yes.
Responding to her last, like, I would. I said, I don't
I would.
have
Okay.
family. So.
Oh, that was a good little bit of editing.
I just turn
Throw myself in. Sorry.
I just turn back and I give like a oh and a nod and I just walk away.
Sweet.
Cool.
conversation is having to happen.
Yep.
Is anyone else wanting to do anything before you guys go to bed? Corin's having a drink.
Writing in my journal, having a drink.
Sweet.
Pouring out for other people who want it.
I'm gonna wait till I'm pretty sure everyone's asleep, and then I have something I want to do.
Okay.
Okay, well then I bring a drink to Roarke.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You do.
I'm not going to bed just yet. I'm going to keep an eye on Roarke. I had that idea before you said that, just so you know.
Oh!
Just so you know.
Everybody's
we just happen
like-
to be on the same, yeah.
Everyone's like, I have one more thing.
Okay.
I cast 5 different spells all on myself, and I'm not going to tell you what they are. Shield of Faith, protection from good and evil. Bless.
Everything.
No, I'm just chilling.
Okay.
I would like to say something to Corin before I go to sleep.
Okay.
Okay, so I imagine I'm like at a table.
Yeah, and I'm gonna come sit by you.
Okay.
I'm just
I
like-
pour you a drink.
Thank you. I know we started on a rocky, very, very, very rocky start. And I know what I've done. And I left that cell looking for redemption. So I just appreciate it from now on. If you would drop the title of mass murderer, because it's a very hard time for me. And I'm very aware.
Done.
Okay, I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay.
Handing Roarke his drink,
Okay.
I would like to say, so... business in Crestport, huh? Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah?
we got some business to attend to once everybody's awake.
Cool. I really don't have, like, business. I've never had a job. I've never... I'm kind of, like, unemployed.
Life must be so hard.
Wait. But, like, you know, what type of business are you in?
Mercenary? Bounty hunter?
Cool.
You can tell from the swords.
He's not wrong.
Swords.
Well, yeah. So this whole life debt
Yeah.
thing. Am I a mercenary now?
This is so sad.
She is like such a little wet, like a little puppy, lost puppy that got rained on and is just asking for someone to give her a home.
Oh, the whole life debt thing, right?
Yeah. Because, I mean, you saved my life and I'm eternally grateful.
Did he? I'm just chirping from the ground.
Well, you all did, but he was the one to make the offer.
Chipping from the ground.
All I'm saying is, mercenary business doesn't sound too bad. And I just give him the drink and walk away.
Look, Zara,
Okay, I turn around.
as far as I'm concerned, you paid that a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
You're certainly welcome to hang around, but healed my ass more than enough times. You're not under any obligation here.
Wow.
Is she?
As far as I'm concerned,
I was about to have like a sincere moment. I was about to be like, wow, I didn't know people cared about me.
Sorry. It's a genuine question. Tabitha's
really
having.
funny. Well, I know I saved Frank's life, but I haven't saved yours specifically yet.
look, as far as I'm concerned, you help us get out of the shitstorm that was Dagger Point. Like I said, you can hang around if you like, if this line of work suits you, but no obligation. And I go upstairs.
You're going to bed? I mean, you're going upstairs to go to bed.
I'm air quotes going to bed.
I'm gonna go follow Roarke.
You're going to follow Roarke?
Ooh,
Okay.
so intense right now.
Frank takes off after Roarke going upstairs. Those of you downstairs, anything?
Would you like
Else.
to replace me second shift? Is that all right?
Sure.
Cool.
So, Corin, you're going to bed now? Or...
No, I think I stay up.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
my bad.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, this is like future. Got it.
You're saying for the future of watch.
The night.
Correct?
Yes, exactly.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So you're just taking first watch down at the
Yeah,
bottom.
I'm just
Okay.
reading and looking out the window.
Zara, Tabitha, what are you guys doing?
I'm asleep.
You're going to sleep upstairs? Cool. You find an empty room, go to bed. Zara.
Okay, I'll go to sleep, but in my night watch, like,
Yeah,
I
in your
want
time
to
on the watch.
pull out a journal and write a little note to every single person in the bar saying, hey, welcome. You've waken up. In the past couple of days, here's what you've missed. And give them a little, like, it's okay, don't freak out. If you have trouble, call Zara, I need healing. And, like, if there's any medical conditions, let me know. And two, like, if you have if you need food, like, I look weird. Like, this is what I do during my night watch. I give everybody a little note that tells them what's happened. It's gonna be okay. Don't say the name Isaac, and Cedric's awesome. Like, just rations, anything you may need.
If you have
family... it's Cedric.
Oh.
It's Cedric on the messages now.
Cedric the entertainer?
Cedric the entertainer.
Sorry, I got it wrong.
Cedric Diggory.
Anyway, that's what I do on my night shift, and I'm in bed.
Good morning. If you have any family in Dagger Point, I have
I'm
some bad
sorry.
news.
They're dead.
They are dead.
Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah, I do put that in there, like a little news update. So, like, there's, like, different sections.
Holy
They're
shit.
like, hey, if you're hurting, do this. If you're feeling great, do this. If you need some news updates in your life, the world is at
self-care.
war. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to make.
They're all subscribed.
5 million rolls.
I'm gonna need you to make a check real quick.
They're all subscribed to the Zara newsletter.
Exactly.
You need starting your own newspaper.
I really am.
Blog.
Guys, we just had like team bonding.
I know. Watch out, world.
I'm not even sure yet. Give me a second.
Okay.
What this is gonna need to be.
Andrew pulls out loads of paper.
yeah.
You made a
just
choice
like,
that
I
made
literally
it.
pulled out a character sheet so I could
I
look
won't
at
tell you
all the
what, we
possible
just-
checks.
Oh my
she was
God.
like,
I'm not going to tell you why in game, but you're not my problem.
yeah, that's fine.
You know what I mean?
You're not my problem.
You're not my
the
problem.
title was my problem,
Right.
and I was like, yo.
Title. Oh, that I gave you, not Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I was like, listen, we just
Also, I
don't
remove
call me, we'll be good.
everybody's weapons on
We're
them.
good.
Because I would hate to see if they like woke up and they rolled the wrong way, they stabbed themselves or something.
I
So-
laid him down
so-
safely.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Laid 'em
did?
down.
Okay, okay. Then I don't do well, maybe
These
I
fucking
take...
goody two shoes.
I'm sorry, I'm
No,
really
both
getting
of us.
into it.
Zara,
I know.
Okay.
I need you to make 2 checks.
Okay.
I need you to make first off just an intelligence
An
check.
education.
So just roll and add your intelligence modifier.
Natural 20.
Okay.
It's the most well structured.
It is a beautifully structured. Your first written
MLA format.
your first one
MLA.
is incredible.
TBT.
Like you're like, I have the body of it. I know
Okay,
what I want to
beautiful.
say. It's brilliant.
The format.
It's
Stay
like
hydrated.
it's like 5 pages long. It's brilliant.
Great.
Now I need you to make an athletics check.
To write it for all of those people. Are you
20.
Guys, I feel like sometimes it seems like it's bullshit, but those
It's
were 2
not.
natural
It's
20s in a
actually
row.
I promise you it's not
I am
bullshit.
so
Promise you
happy
guys,
right now.
we don't cheat.
I'm so happy.
Oh my lord.
Great.
This
So
is
that's
Zara.
a good night.
That's what you'll be doing on your
shift.
Your shift.
Thank you.
We'll get back to that in a
Okay,
minute.
sounds good.
Tabitha's asleep. You're on first watch. You're sleeping now. Currently,
I'm
no.
sorry, I know I'm stretching this out so much,
No, what
but
do you
I
wanna do?
really genuinely care. If there are candles in the room, I would like to fold each one and put a wax seal on it.
They must have burned out like days
ago.
Dang it!
unless they weren't lit.
Make an investigation check.
This is the longest night's watch.
Oh, another natural 20. No, I'm just kidding.
it wasn't.
Oh gosh.
It's gonna be high enough,
That's
probably.
still not bad.
19.
You find a surplus. You find a surplus of candles.
Oh my god.
It is an inn.
Why are you doing that?
Because I
Is
don't
she
want
just
the
bored?
information to be just laying out there for anybody. I want the information. You have to open it. Still, it's not like the most protected way, but it's a little bit more like, Harry Potter just came to get all of his own
In
books
her
and
sleep, I just want Tabitha to hear this like of the writing and just be like pissed off. Like, what is that noise?
Rolling around
Just-
your
Yeah, it's like a twitching.
So Tabitha,
For
go
hours.
ahead and roll a perception check.
For hours, just the sound
I
of
promise, guys, we will get to you in a second.
11.
just
An
the sound
11.
Yes! Ah!
It wakes you up a few times. It's not terrible though.
Okay.
But like you're like, it's been a long
Long month.
week.
Okay.
Like,
Okay, thank you. I'm done.
okay.
Also, I'm just kidding.
But you're going to sleep now, correct?
Heck yeah.
Before your watch.
Oh, yeah.
Where you will do
I need
all
the
of
rest.
this.
I need the rest.
Corin's on watch.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
You're just taking the first watch downstairs, sipping whiskey.
Oh
Roarke,
my God,
you've
close.
gone upstairs. What are you doing?
I'm in the furthest corner room. If there was somebody in there, I moved them to a different room.
Okay. There's nobody in there.
Great.
It seems when people went to sleep, they weren't really in the bedrooms.
Yeah.
What if you found two people on top
if
of
you
each other
recall
naked?
the time of day.
Would the boner be maintained?
That's right. Well, like right in the mid.
These are questions you're gonna never know the answer to. Sorry.
We need to check the bodies real quick.
If you guys want to go out to where all the trees are to look into all the different houses.
No,
I
we're
think
good.
I'm gonna hang here.
It was just a thought that I had.
Just like those guards hanging in the trees.
Aw.
I think I'm gonna chill here.
Sorry, not trying to talk over anyone.
You're good.
Just a genuine question.
Right.
Right, yeah. So I
You're in the
went up
farthest
to the
room.
room and I was gonna wait until I was pretty sure everybody was asleep.
I'm following close behind Roarke, or at least trying to.
You're falling close behind him?
I'm kind of close.
Roarke, make a perception check.
No,
Frank,
I'm not.
are you-
I don't care if he knows that. I'm
Okay,
there.
sweet.
Yeah.
We'll just make
I'm
a
not trying to
perception
sneak
check,
on him.
because if it's a nat 1, then it's going to be funny.
It's not a nat 1.
Sweet.
It was
He was just a 2.
14.
Then you certainly notice Frank walking like 2 steps behind you, just like
Roarke,
up the steps behind you.
Roarke,
My brain, he does.
Roarke.
Also going up steps,
Clack, 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 clack.
but it's also wet.
Oh.
It's perpetually moist.
Roarke.
I look back at Frank behind me on the steps and I nod like up toward the stairs and I keep on walking toward the bedroom.
Roarke. It's important.
No, come with me, Frank. Yeah, I know, come with me.
Okay. Okay. I follow him.
Oh, things
you
are
follow him?
changing so fast.
What?
Alright.
I have something to say, but you go ahead.
No, so we go in the room and I close the door.
You guys declaring your love for each other?
Oh my gosh, it's happening!
I got something. You go. You okay? What is it?
I got a bone to pick with you.
So the door is closed.
Oh, yeah. So was there something that you needed? You follow me up the stairs.
Well, yeah. I have an idea.
Yeah.
Okay. You know how like everybody's passed out in the town,
Right.
and you know how like the king is probably passed out too in the town,
Right.
and you know how we're supposed to get those bounties, right?
Right.
But at the same time, they don't know that they've been passed out for weeks, and they don't know that we are the ones that saved them.
Right.
You and me, Roarke. We saved them all. Didn't we? We saved the whole town.
We were part of the crew that saved the town, Frank.
Yeah, but they don't have to know that. What do you really want, Roarke? What do you really want with your life?
I want a crew, Frank.
Sith Lord Frank.
You want a crew, Roarke? I want something like that, too. What kind of crew you thinking about, Roarke? You thinking about a boat crew? Sailing the waters of the ocean looking for your mother?
Out of character, I've never told Frank about my mom.
Oh, shit.
God damn it!
Everybody knows I like the ships, but I have not mentioned my mom.
We're brothers.
All right, no, forget the bomb part. Sailing the seas with a beautiful, beautiful ship. Isn't that what you want?
Frank, we both have things that we want. We also have other people down there that can also be very beneficial to us getting what we want.
Okay, all right. Well, we can make it work anyway. What I was thinking is that we can stay over there wherever the king is, so that when he wakes up, we can be like, hey, we did this. We saved your lives. You know?
I had something along the same lines in mind. We just have to wait for these trees to clear out. Because I
Exactly.
personally
Yeah, of
don't feel
course.
like getting hanged tonight.
Yeah, that would be inconvenient. To you, I mean, I'd be fine, but that'd be inconvenient.
Sure. Well,
Would Frank be fine if he got hung?
Hanged? Hung?
You'd be fine if
It
you
is
were
hanged.
being
It's hanged, isn't it?
You would be fine if you were being hanged, but you don't know that that's all that these trees do.
That's true. Gotcha.
Could, like,
Okay.
splinter your bones.
Or just crush you,
Oh, yeah.
because they're trees.
Now, what did you have to say, Roarke?
Well, the same thought came to mind of we definitely need to try to get to Lord Antoine relatively soon before he wakes up, because that might be our best chance of actually talking to the man
Yeah.
for our bounty, as well as if he's grateful for us being the reason that everyone's woken up.
Mm-hmm.
However, we can't dip out on the rest of the team, because that's not how these things work.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. I agree. So do you want to wait? Because I don't need to sleep. I know you might need to sleep, but...
We'll wait until we're sure that the trees are done, and we'll go find wherever the hell Antoine is. I assume that we'll just find whatever the largest building is, probably where he was at the time, because that's probably some sort of town hall.
Okay.
So I can sleep if you want to keep watch until whatever the case may be.
All right, I'll keep an eye out the window if I can see the trees doing the thingy thing.
You can.
I can see the trees doing the thingy thing.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll keep watching the trees do the thing.
It's a very slow process. They're not known for speed.
Frank is a patient man when he needs to be.
I understand.
Look, Frank.
Yes?
No, I know. We're in the zone of truth and everything. We're buds. We're allies.
We're
whatever.
buds. We're buds.
Are we friends, Frank?
Yeah, of course. Good friends. As long as our wants and needs stay in the same loop together, and as long as that we can be together as a crew and friends, we can do whatever, right?
Frank, part of being friends, part of being on the same team, part of being on a crew, you don't leave. Not when everybody else is in need.
I know that.
That's not how these things work. So if we are going to be on the same team from here on out,
yeah,
we can't just ditch everybody else. Goes for Tabitha, too.
Aww.
You both left.
Okay.
Shit got bad in Dagger Point. I don't know how much of it you saw.
No, I just didn't see a lot of it. I ran really quick out of there. Sorry.
I know you did.
Me. Left me.
Look.
Well, I mean...
I get it.
I'm not a deserter. I'm just a prioritizer.
But you deserted.
I'm sorry. Oh, well. Okay, we can move past it.
No.
I will be your buddy. You can count on me.
I'm not as worried about that at this point, Frank. But just know that if we're going to work together, if we're going to be on the same team, that involves teamwork.
Okay, teamwork. I can do that.
We can't just leave each other.
I won't leave each other. Okay, I can do that too.
Right. And I'm more than willing to help you go after Salty Jim or whatever the hell it is you're after.
Okay. That sounds reasonable.
Yeah. We can help each other.
You help me, I help you.
Exactly.
Dandy dandy.
I hold out a hand to him.
My moist hand interlocks with his moist hand.
A few drips. You see Roarke on the way as it's just coming through your hand.
I guess you don't need to spit it because it's already moist.
It's already moist, yeah.
What's spit?
For what's mutually beneficial.
For what? For the crew. For the crew.
For the crew, Frank.
For the crew.
And that's I'm gonna doze off for a little bit until he wakes me up and tells me that the trees are gone.
Cool. You're just watching for the trees, right? Roarke, you're going to sleep until Frank gives you the go.
Yeah.
Frank, you're just sitting at the window watching until the
Staring.
trees. Cool. Good to know. Zara, you're sleeping until first watch. Tabitha, you're asleep. Or second watch. And Corin, you're sipping whiskey.
Great.
Zara,
Yeah?
while asleep.
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh.
so this is still nighttime. I haven't gotten to have my letter time yet? This is still nighttime?
You're still asleep.
You're about to.
Okay, great.
Zara, you wake up
Okay,
in the room that you went to bed in.
great.
What do you want to do?
I want to start my letters.
In the room?
No. I'll go downstairs to, the main room.
Okay.
Yeah, and, sit at the bar.
As you walk to the door, you open the door, and the door opens into this beautiful view.
Oh.
You are looking off over, the edge of a cliff. The sea completely, down below you, miles away, just stretching as far as the eye can see. You see rain, like a storm, a tempest on the ocean. You can see the lines of the rain just as this actual rain cloud moves. You can watch it across the water in the distance. But this beautiful sunset of pinks and orange and red and gorgeous colors. Sitting on the edge of the cliff in front of you, you see a strange sight, one that seems familiar but not quite. There is some form of a humanoid sitting on the cliff. These large, beautiful, white, angelic wings out of the back of it. You see the feathers are a mixture of pure, brilliant whites and light blues and even dark blues. Not like a Dalmatian spotted, but almost shaded. Just sitting. Behind you is your bedroom. Forward is this cliff.
I go forward.
Okay. You step out, and the room disappears behind you. Then you hear a voice.
Mm-hmm.
Flew Scotland. Do you know what this means?
No.
You do not know your own language.
What?
It means self-sacrifice. The highest of all good. To give one's everything for something greater than oneself. This is the highest of all callings. Do you understand?
I think so. Who are you?
I ask, do you wish to serve the Sapphire Phoenix? When next I call, I expect an answer. And with that, the wings unfurl into this beautiful display, massive wingspan, bigger than anything you've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And it dives off the cliff and flies into the storm itself. Suddenly, you just see the storm pull in on itself, and a giant strike of lightning hit the water, and the storm is gone. You begin to hear something from below, off the cliff. What would you like to do?
I go as far to the edge of the cliff as I can.
As you walk to the edge of the cliff and look down, there below you, you see the familiar sight of Dagger Point on fire. And from this vantage point, you see yourself moving through the town with your party, not stopping to help others.
No!
Freaked out. I'm freaking out.
Climbing over the wall as others are killed in the streets.
Oh my god, I feel so bad!
And you wake in a cold sweat in your room.
Oh, Zara's sobbing. She's sobbing.
Zara's sobbing.
Oh,
Can
I'm
I hear
just
her cry?
sobbing.
Yeah, did we hear?
Y'all are asleep, but Corin, roll perception.
Look what you made me do.
It's like
13.
A 13? How are you sobbing, Yara? I mean,
Like a
Oh,
freeway.
gosh. Okay,
in my imagination, I imagined it as like soft, but that's up to you.
Can you
not
flip
me.
the coin for me?
Yeah. On the laptop, everything's deleted. No.
Blue is like, hey, gentle, you're not
Blue is
ugly.
left.
And
Red
red
is like-
is ugly,
Blue is
cries,
left, red is
and
right.
snot.
It is quiet.
Okay, wow.
So no, Corin, you do not hear her.
And then, kind of in my head, but also a little bit under my throat, I say, I'm going to change stuff. And then I go down the bar and I start writing.
You're writing them a letter about Dagger Point, but you killed Dagger Point.
Shush! I'm changing.
Tabitha,
I'm
you're
changing my
asleep.
ways.
I know. I'm Brooke is saying that to Sarah.
I know. Well, I mean, I think it's the motivation.
Corin, you just see her come downstairs and
something.
start writing.
all right. You doing all right?
Yeah, restaurant.
Oh, okay. Well, there's still some of this if you want it. And I bring the bottle over to her.
Okay.
All right. Talk to you in the morning.
And I take a shot.
You just pound one back and keep.
Are you
and
sure you're
feverishly
I am
are plowing
writing.
through letters. In
Writing.
fact, this is your magnum opus. Is your first? It is your first letter right now out of this dream. You're just grinding through page, just as you just write from the heart everything that you've seen these past few days in a way that is indexed perfectly so that people can find the information they are looking for.
Thank you.
MLA formatting.
It's perfect. There are sources cited. It's incredible.
Yes.
You sure you're okay?
Oh yeah, a little something never hurts a night watch.
Good night. And I go up to sleep.
Sweet. Corin, you're going to sleep.
Yeah.
Cool. Zara, you're just up, plowing away.
Mm-hmm.
Zara, several hours pass of you just writing. You not concerned about time, as filling your life with a mundane chore right now might be what you need. As the Frank, as the sun begins to come up, you begin to feel that it's probably safe enough. The trees are, they might be still near the town. They might not be fully receded into the forest yet. But they're not, from what you can tell from the one window you've been staring out, they're not necessarily in the town anymore.
Okay. I'll take it.
Okay.
I shake Roarke. Roarke, the eagle has left the building.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's probably keeping watch downstairs.
Yeah,
so,
Zarya.
So we should,
Window?
Yep.
Yep.
So, gonna get a rope, tie it to, what's in the room, just besides the bed, to tie it up to.
That's fine, you do.
Yeah, so I'll tie it to that. Leave a note that just says, "We'll be back, F and R," like on the side table, and then climb out the window.
Sneakily.
Sneakily.
Okay, both of you roll sneak. Zara, roll perception.
Okay.
That will be a 19.
A 19 sneak, a 19 stealth.
I don't get to use passive perception with this, do I?
What is your passive perception?
20.
20? You do get to use passive perception with this.
Thank you.
What is sneak under?
Sneak.
It's stealth. I didn't mean to say sneak.
Dexterity.
Oh,
Plus
okay.
3.
That
What's
was my
sneak
fault.
under? Sneak.
Yeah,
20.
It's in 20.
It's a 20? Okay.
But without my passive perception, I did roll a 21. But I just wanted to ask.
Well, you use the higher of the two.
Okay, cool. I
Yeah.
just didn't know.
Zara, you hear commotion from upstairs, even in all of the fit of writing these letters. It's very faint,
Okay.
which is more disconcerting than if something was very loud.
Loud. Well, then I definitely go upstairs and check it out.
Okay, as you go upstairs and open the door, you see Frank and Roarke beginning to rappel out the window in the upstairs room.
Oh, hey, Zarya.
Hi.
Hi, darling. You doing okay?
No, darling.
Yeah. I waved my hand. You have seen nothing.
Oh. Oh, I think I've seen everything.
You have...
Oh, I think I've seen everything. And,
Are you trying to persuade her or cast a spell?
Charm person.
Dang you.
What's the spell DC on that, Joe?
I don't know.
It should be...
It's
2 plus
high.
8 plus modifier.
Yeah, so it's going to be 10 plus your modifier, which is 5, because it's
15
intelligence.
Roll 15 or higher.
So
it's
you have to roll a 15 or higher, plus your... What is the saving throw on that?
Wisdom?
It's a wisdom save.
It's a wisdom save.
Oh, look. 15.
Plus your wisdom.
Saving throw?
No, plus your wisdom.
This is plus your wisdom, but it is a
okay.
wisdom saving throw. So
5.
if you're proficient in those, then
I am proficient in
then it's
wisdom
a
saving.
22.
You're,
Yeah.
I believe.
you guys are
Ooh.
fucked.
Zara, you see Frank wave his little hand in front, and you feel arcane essence hit your brain for a second. But then you shift it, you know Frank, and you know he's doing something, and you're able to see through it as opposed to let it affect you.
Oh, those games are not working on me today, you mossy
Is it
boy.
possible to immediately try it again?
Oh!
Action by action.
Zara has a chance to do something if she'd like.
And Zara casts Zone of Truth.
Okay.
That's all I got. That was the only power I have.
What kind of save is that?
What save is that?
Is it
It's
charisma?
wisdom.
It's a wisdom. Okay,
Is
both
it wisdom?
Probably.
I thought it was charisma.
both Frank and Rourke wisdom.
Damn it!
Wait, it's a wisdom save?
I believe so. Let me double check.
Yeah.
Let me double check
Here we
because
go.
I can do it really fast.
This the duct tape starts to fall off.
You say,
I,
look what you made me do.
Yeah, as I cast Zone of Truth, I say.
Wait,
"Look
did you
what
nat
made
one?
me
I
do."
rolled 6. It's a 6 with the
did
modifiers
you
and
roll?
everything.
I rolled either a 14 or... either a 15 or a 19.
It is a charisma saving throw.
It is a charisma save, so I got a 19.
Yes.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really help me.
No, you're
Same
okay.
thing.
19 and a 6.
So you create a 15-foot radius of area where creatures can only speak truth. Rourke, you have succeeded
Yep.
the charisma saving throw.
But I don't know that, right?
No, you have no idea.
Okay.
Rourke, Frank, you have screwed the pooch.
Yeah.
But Zara, your zone of truth is up as far as you know.
I looked directly at Frank and said, "Did you just try to cast a spell on me?"
What really is a spell?
Oh, you fun.
Zarya.
True or false? Did you just try to cast a spell on me?
If I did try to cast a
True
spell
or
upon
false?
you,
True or
Zarya,
false?
if I did, how would that affect you?
Oh, I would probably feel an arcane presence over my brain, which I kind of did.
How do you know you felt that feeling?
Okay, enough of this.
What? What are you talking about, wonderful lady?
Look. Frank, you don't need to cast a spell on her. What? What's the problem? We were going out. We had an errand to run.
And what would that be?
We were gonna find Lord Antoine and give him the news before everyone else in town wakes up and we couldn't talk to him.
I cast...
We were coming back. And I point to the note on the table.
I go to the note on
Okay.
the table.
You read.
We'll be back. F&R.
I grabbed my pen, which I brought up to me,
Okay.
and I put a Z underneath. I said, "Great, we will be."
You guys are...
We?
And I start climbing down the window.
I do not like this, Roarke.
I just don't...
It certainly wasn't what I anticipated.
Okay.
Zara,
shit.
are you stealthing as well?
Sure.
I mean,
Go
at
ahead
this
and roll
point...
disadvantage.
At this point, should we just bring the others?
I don't want to.
Okay, I rolled an
just like-
8 on
I'm
stealth, so
sleepy.
maybe my
We're
armor can
asleep.
wake him up.
I hear her clanking around as she's like clanking down. I said, at this point, I don't think it's going to make a difference.
Both of the people asleep. Roll perception at disadvantage.
That's a 15. And that's a 8, but I don't want to wake up anyway.
Okay, well,
16.
hey, you're good. Tabitha, you wake up. Or you can wake up
I would
from
hope so.
hearing
Also-
like armor clattering.
Can I kind of be midway through the window, not like totally down or anything, like awkwardly trying to get on the rope and like clanking around? Yeah. Okay. I just don't want to be out of the room. That's what I'm
No.
saying.
It's you like getting ready and like
Yeah.
trying to get over and out of the window seal and all that.
Yeah.
I would like to go where the
So-
noise is.
Not seal.
She,
Cool. You go into the room and
she's
see.
starting to climb down that window.
This
and I
looks so
just,
bad on me
I just
now.
ripped the note.
You see Zara in a room with Frank and Rourke. Zara halfway out a window.
What?
Oh, hey, Tabitha.
I'm just ripping the note.
What you got there, bro?
Tabitha, I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Dang you.
20. Okay, you feel something hit you arcane-wise. You don't know what it was, but you're fine.
Matt, what are you doing?
What?
Where?
She casted Zone of Truth.
Why?
We're going out the
these
window.
punks were leaving.
Leaving is such a general
Where were you
term.
going?
I show her the note, and
It's
I say,
very
I just signed it
He
because...
ripped it.
I ripped the note
Dang
out.
you.
Climbed out the
What'd
window.
it say, Rourke?
It said, "We'll be back. F&R. Frank and I were going to run an errand and come back."
That is what it said.
Frank, where are you going?
Where are
Would
we
you like to
going?
do
Yeah, Frank.
Somewhere that is not this place.
You're up by now.
Where, Frank?
You would have been up with an
Specifically.
8. So
Somewhere in the great cosmic scheme of things.
Just tell me,
Close.
where were you going?
Somewhere close.
I could have helped you
We
guys.
were going to Antoine's, Tabitha. Didn't think...
Anton, first of all.
That's right. The DN corrected us during
Yeah,
the
1
break.
second, Corin.
Do you guys just want to leave through the front door?
Yeah, I guess.
I feel committed
Why
to the window
were you
now.
trying
though.
to sneak? What were you doing?
Well, we didn't think that you would really care to go over there
Why?
It's dangerous.
to see the lord of the town.
I know him.
Corin starts walking
Oh,
down into
What?
the bottom.
Down to the bottom? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
I'm
start
suited up.
Corin.
I'm just gonna cast a cursory glance to see like what's going on. People are maybe waking up, or you know.
You don't see that people are waking up. However, you do see something you didn't see the night before, which is people are shifting in their sleep.
Yeah, good.
Pretty good news.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know him very well, and I
Zara, we'll say before you got up there, you finished your last letter.
Also,
Could-
is there a possibility that I could have extras?
to pass out like a newsie.
Yes.
No.
Darn it!
Because of how much you wanted to write.
I'm just gonna check out the window, see if it's safe before I head out.
Really wanted those extras.
Okay. You look out the window. I mean,
Trees are gone.
you don't see the trees. Frank, who has watched it all night, might know that they're a little bit closer than...
But it's morning, right?
But the sun is beginning to come up.
Well,
Like-
he said spend the night. In the morning you can do it. They didn't give us
Yeah,
like a 10 a.m.
exactly. No, you're
So,
good.
Cool. I
As far
walk
as you know.
outside and I salute the sun.
Is Zone of Truth just in that room?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
so listen.
You can lie again.
Thank God.
So I know him, and I'm sure if I asked to see him, it would be fine.
Oh,
Fine.
okay. We just
Yes.
didn't want to. After the whole thing last night, we didn't really know if things were okay.
No,
on that
maybe in
end.
the future you could have just, as a team, asked us.
Well, we wanted to make sure that he knew that all of us were responsible for the town being rised up
Then
again
why
from the
would
dark
you
sleep.
invite all of us to come with you?
This is where
Because I thought you guys needed some well-needed rest.
Frank,
you guys seemed very tired.
I've been here for 8 years. Of course I know Anton. Why would you not just ask me?
Because we just wanted to make a
We,
friendship
we
here.
thought you wouldn't be on good terms.
There would be...
Why? Because I'm in prison?
That usually means people aren't in good terms. Yeah. I'm not saying it's
We
anything
are
about
in-
you, but
Terms. And
Terms aren't better than good terms.
we're just in I don't necessarily want to see him, but if it suits you,
We need to go.
then we'll go.
Before everybody wakes
Let
up.
me just talk to him
I don't
before
care.
we just bombard the palace. Just let's
oh, yeah, that's all we were doing.
Let's
We wanted
go.
to go
Well,
talk to him. Yeah.
let's go.
So
get
let's go.
everybody. Don't just sneak out the window.
We're going now. Let's go.
Wait,
And
did
so
they
I
rip
run
up
out the
the
door.
net?
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
up to know.
I drag out the door.
All right, we're all going.
Okay, you guys see Corin has started walking and is a bit of ways away.
Can I kind of like run to catch up to him?
Yeah.
You know where you're going,
you-
there, buddy?
It was a short conversation.
I just kind of like point at the
Corn.
keep.
I mean, there's a main citadel that you guys would have probably noticed walking with Ceidron. It may or may not be where Anton is, but it is certainly the biggest
But I know where he would be.
structure. The town has changed a lot from your time being out. You would know, though, that his main area that he at least
in the
lives
citadel.
in is in the keep.
So
Corn.
you've run up to me. Can I tell you what it is that I think really quickly?
Yeah,
I don't think we have any time at all.
I agree. The only thing I want to ask is if I could just speak to him before we're on it might help.
Great. Can I ask, impress upon him the importance that there are probably armies heading here right now.
Yes, I definitely will.
Great.
So I'm going to kind of like sneak ahead.
Okay.
I won't
And
sneak, I'll just go.
Can I actually propose a counter mission for Corin? No, I'll go with her.
Okay, so y'all are going to the keep
Yeah,
together.
we're all going.
I'm just a little bit ahead of everybody.
Sweet. You guys begin to make your way to the keep, and that's where we'll stop.
How's it going, wonderful, beautiful people that support us? Thanks for listening to The Quest Company. If you enjoy our podcast, please be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, or whatever form of media floats your boat. Please, it is a huge help to us for more ways than one. Morale. If you'd like to contact us, you can check out our Connect page on our website, questcompanypodcast.com, which has a form for contacting us directly, as well as links to our various social media accounts. Please, if you have questions for all the rules that I break, just contact me directly on Twitter. Let's start a conversation. While you're there, be sure to check out our official artwork done by Dakota Collins. You can find more of his artwork on Instagram at Alchemical Dragon, or you can check out his website, datcollins.wordpress.com. We've had some awesome new artwork done in the last couple weeks by Maddie and Max. You can see their art as well as all the other art on our website with links to those various accounts. It's really cool art, and we're extremely thankful to you guys for everything that you do. If you have fan art of the podcast and would like to share it, because it means the world to us, just tag us in your Instagram posts or tweets with @TheQuestCompany or #TheQuestCompany. We love seeing your art and sharing it with the rest of our listeners. So you know, we've had some new artwork done recently. Alice did some new artwork for the show for the first time, and Elena returned to do some awesome It's Always Sunny references. You can see both of their art as well as all the other art on our website. Again, thank you guys so much for listening, and be sure to join us next week for another episode of The Quest Company.